Are you today? Time to talk housewives. We got so much to talk about today. We're going to recap last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to talk about Kim D's mother passing suddenly. We're going to talk about Scott and Amelia breakup. Then we're going to talk about how the men on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are turning against Erika. It's a lot to talk about, people. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. So let me go ahead, play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi guys, how are you? Hi guys. Okay, so let me bring my boys on. Hey Perry.
What's up? What's up? Oh Lord. What's up, the boy?
What's up?
First of all, let me start out by saying I took my second shot, you guys, 2 days ago, and I'm having the worst side effects ever. I am barely making it today, but I can't miss Beverly Hills. It's a reaction for different people, and mine makes me feel like I straight out have the flu. It is terrible. I'm not trying to scare you, Gabor. I know yours is coming up. Perry, what were your side effects?
Oh, mine wasn't too bad. I just felt drained. That's it.
Oh, I feel
Well,
terrible.
they said if you had it before, it's usually bad when you get the second shot.
If you had it before, it's not that bad.
No, if you haven't had it before, it's not that bad. But if you have had it before, it's kind of bad.
Oh, is that why mine is so bad? Mine is
Maybe.
terrible. So I'm really going to need you guys to hold me down today. I am barely here. This is the nice thing of having you and Gabor. All right, so let's start out really quick. So last night we got info coming in about Kim D's mother passing away. Perry, give me the details on what you heard about that.
I sent it to your text. Do you see it? I don't got it. Check your text.
On which phone?
Sharrell's world.
Okay, so she passed away of a heart attack. How devastating is that?
Do you see it?
Yeah, Kim D's mom, Dorothy Granatel, passed away peacefully at 85 of a heart failure last night. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kim, to hear that. That's devastating news. More details will come out soon. Kim, with a heavy heart, makes arrangements. Thank you. Oh, sorry to hear that news, Kim. That is devastating, awful. I'm sorry to hear about that. And as the more details come in, I will report on that. Kim D is definitely a friend to the show, and we hate to hear that. My condolences goes out to you, Kim, and your family. Pardon me?
I said same here.
Yeah, same for you. Okay. Now let's go into Beverly Hills. Let me go over 2 stories before I get into the recap. Listen, things are getting about to turn up. Okay, so I don't know if you guys been hearing that Erika doesn't speak to any of the cast members except in real time, not on the recaps, except for Lisa Rinna. And that's because the husbands are not down with Erika and Tom anymore. They're saying that they don't believe their stories. They're saying that she's lying. The way that she acts, and PK kind of mentioned this last night, is not acceptable behavior. We'll talk about a little bit about what happened last night. And they are distancing themselves. This is putting the women, I'm talking Kyle, I'm talking Dorit, and somebody else I'm missing. Kyle, Dorit, I'm missing somebody. In a bad situation because they're team Erika. But I think it's about damn time that I think sooner or later, you have to make a decision. Either you're going to be Erika's friend and look just as bad as her, because if you act like she's not doing anything wrong, you start to look like a hypocrite. And I get where Sutton is coming from now. You have to acknowledge bad behavior when it's on display. Okay. And so Thank God that the husbands are finally starting to step up. But the question is, will the women, even now in real time, that Erika's not speaking to them, will they just stand up and say the right thing, which is Erika and Tom are bad people? What do you think, Gabor? It's difficult.
I kind of felt like I was on Erika's side this episode.
You were on Erika's side?
Kind of.
Why?
I don't feel like Sutton is no innocent. If Sutton didn't agree with Erika and she didn't really support her, there was a way to show it. Erika had already told her last episode she didn't want to talk to her about it, and she kept on pushing the issue.
Gabor, how can you not talk about it when it's in every blog, every newspaper, every magazine?
But I don't want to have to sit down and talk about this with you every time we get together.
Then you shouldn't have stole. I mean,
did she?
You shouldn't have did what you are hot topics. How can you not talk about it? Especially your hot topic on a TV show. How can you not talk about it?
I'm not saying what Tom did was not wrong. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we don't have to sit down and talk about this every time I sit down. You know what I'm saying? She already know how you feel. They done already told her. You know what I'm saying? So why are you still picking a fight with her? And then you're doing the same thing you was doing with Crystal. You start with her, then she say something to you, and now you want to go running and crying.
Let me up the ante. What if your spouse was saying, I'm not down with this behavior. We must distance ourselves. Now what do you do? I know. Perry, do you know what you would do?
No, you know, the whole thing is, Gabor, I sort of feel what you're saying a little bit, like that. You can see how Erika snapped, right? But if you go in and commit a crime. I'm sorry,
hold on, Perry. These super chats. Hey guys, just wanted to tell you I truly love your show. And Terry, when I got to visit my brother in Vegas, we got to put one in the air. Gabor, I love you. Thank you, Callie.
That's right.
I seen another one. Hold on, I'm missing super chats here. Hi, Freddie. EJ, it's all coming out. I'm not threatening. I'm promising. That's what she said last night. She really did. Okay, go ahead, Perry. How would you respond?
I mean, the whole thing is this. Now, let's not act as if Sutton is the only one wanting to bring this up. You got Kyle and everybody. Say what's on your mind. Tell her what you're going to say. Tell her what's on your mind. It's the other people. But when you do the crime, you got to do the time, okay? So you can't expect people to not look at you as being a criminal when you don't participate in criminal activities. So anytime she show up, okay, should I forget yesterday when you show up now and act like you some kind of real ice princess? I mean, should I give you respect at that point? You know, the hell with Erika, okay? And the hell
I ain't saying she's wrong, but I'm not saying that she's right. All I'm saying is I kind of agree with her jumping down Sutton's throat. I done told you I don't want to talk about it, and y'all letting Kyle produce this show. This ain't American Woman, okay? The girl says she don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it. And Kyle, you is scared of Erika, Kyle. You want to say it on the show because you know that we're gonna watch and hear you say it, but you is scared of her because every time Erika jump down somebody's throat, you got these eyes looking like you even scared to look at her.
Exactly.
Bonji says, does that apply to Crystal? Last night I commented on Crystal's Instagram and got a warning because they said my comment had been reported. Ooh.
What did you say, Bonji?
And everybody said something about Erika. Okay, it's true. I mean,
this is what I'm saying though, because y'all trying to make it seem like I'm Team Erika. Now I'm not Team Erika, and especially what we about to see at the because I need Erika. We need to see the cliff. I want to see the cliff. Now you mean to tell me, Erika, you mean to tell me that a burglar came to Tom's house, this 82-year-old man tried to defend the burglar, end up getting his eye broke or whatever you said he did, and your son came over there and your son done fell down the same cliff. Your son done rolled over and fell like the car on the same cliff 5 times. Where this has to be the deadliest cliff in Los Angeles. Where is it at? We need to know. I need to know so I can never go over there again. Where is the cliff?
Now, Gabor, I'm not feeling well today. Don't get me out my chair.
We need to know. I ain't never heard of the cliff. Now her son done even fell and rolled out the cliff. Done fell off the cliff, the car done rolled 5 times, and he done fell out the car. And ain't nobody ever heard about it.
Exactly.
Again. Who's coming up with these lies?
Okay, before we get into the recap of last night's episode, I also want to talk about Scott and Amelia's breakup. According to the rumors, they broke up because Lisa Rinna wasn't pleased with the relationship. That is a damn lie. Let me tell you, people, they probably broke up because they realized Scott is never going to get rid of Courtney. And the rumors are is that he's upset because she's engaged to Travis Scott. He probably dumped her because of Rinna. I'm trying to tell you, and that family, they're clout chasers. Gabor, do you think they broke up because Lisa Rinna wasn't pleased with the relationship?
They should have never been together. He got 3 kids.
Okay, thank you.
This girl is fresh.
Now I say this though, and I don't believe that story.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what I think. The pimp, Lisa Rinna, got pimped, okay, by Scott. Scott went, hit the draws, bang, I'm out. No, I'm telling you. I mean, because she was so happy. Oh, she's dating Scott. I mean, she was doing everything, you know.
But she can't walk around a college campus and you think she's going to be a stepmother to 3 kids?
I know.
Come on now.
You're right. You're right.
Scott did not want her daughter no more. That's it. End of
All
that
right,
story.
Let's get into last night's episode. Anita says, I don't see anything wrong with calling her a liar, especially when she is. You said it, Anita. Your words to my ears. I believe that. Okay, so last night, the opening scene starts out with Erika bullying. This is my opinion. Freddie says it's back to school for Amelia. That's why. Starts out with Erika threatening. Okay, she's threatening Sutton.
No,
she
promising.
told Sutton.
Promising.
No, she told Sutton, do you want a lawsuit? That's a threat. Okay, that's a threat. She told Sutton that she was coming after her because she's upset because Sutton called her a liar. Why can't I call you a liar if I feel that you're a liar? She was acting like a bully. Come on, Gabor, give her that she was bullying Sutton. Can you give her that? Ooh, Gabor. No, Gabor, come on. Erika's behavior was outlandish.
What I'm saying, I don't think that she will go that hard with any of the other girls at the table. I don't know. I feel like Sutton listen, the girl is under a lot of stuff right now. I'm not taking up for her, but Sutton, if you're gonna get the running and crying and stuff, you need to back off if you ain't got no back like that. If you ain't got no backbone like that, you need to go, you know what I'm saying? Put some of the heat on some other girls that was talking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. But
yeah,
she wouldn't have been talking to me. She couldn't have been talking to me like that.
I know. Yeah. I know you, Gabor. You wouldn't have stood for it. But you feel that she could talk to these women at this table like this because they're scared of her? Do you think that, Gabor?
Yeah, I think that she talked to them like that because they're scared of her.
Why are they scared, Perry? Is something there?
We never seen her.
I really don't understand why. But you know what, though? I mean, like, all of them are so superficial and shallow. Okay? And half the time, maybe they could just actually think to themselves, well, I don't want to go too hard because what if I'm wrong? I mean, superficial people like that, and just to fit in, or I don't want to make her mad. I'm not sure, besides them being cowards. And that's what they are. Oh. Sutton, tell her what's really on your mind. Look, bitch, all y'all said the same damn thing. Won't you say it? And if you feel like Sutton ain't saying it all and you brave enough to keep screaming across the teller, no, tell her what you really said. Why don't you just tell her what Sutton said?
But here's the thing. Sutton, you can't classify Sutton as being scared of her. She could go a little bit harder, but she's the only one, including herself.
No, I'm not saying
she's doing this because of this show. Mm-hmm. I don't think if it wasn't security there, I don't think that Sutton would be doing this in her everyday life with this girl. This is for the show. She's pretending for this show. Sutton will not be in that girl face talking to her like that if this one's not for the show. And I like Sutton, but let's just be real.
Well, I tell you this. I mean, security ain't stopped the rest of them from being scared cowards. They got the same security there. They got the same security there, and they still coward to say anything.
Why are they
but
scared?
But you seen Dorit trying to jump in. You seen Dorit trying to jump in a little bit.
Well, you know why too? I think she's jumping in.
Erika gonna see the show because she knew Erika gonna see the show.
I think that, but I think she's starting to jump in a little bit more because she know her husband gonna see, and the conversation they have, because he tell her straight up.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And so she don't want to come across really weak to her husband. Maybe I'm not sure.
Well, let's dissect Erika's personality for a little bit. Why is she acting like this?
She's always act like this. I always said she was the most aggressive housewife I've ever seen.
She really is. I mean, you got that right. She is bullying people at this point, and there's no other way around it. She is just talking to her like she's some street gang in some street gang.
What Erika and Tom is accused of is foul. Okay, don't get me wrong. But every time we sit down, it should not be a discussion about it. Especially when they don't have no facts of the case yet. That, you know what I'm saying? At that time, they didn't have nothing. They got something from the. We don't know that she's involved till this day, right now, if she really had anything to do except for the money was in EJ Global. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking up on her. I'm just saying.
We know that. I mean,
she has lied about some stuff. Her stories ain't making sense at all. But I'm just saying.
No, I understand what you're saying. Most time we don't really know if a person is truly guilty until they go to court and be proven guilty. But damn it, we still can have an idea.
Because ain't nobody did Dorit like this. Why they didn't do Dorit like this? They didn't talk about Dorit, that lady chasing Dorit in Bahamas, not one time. But every episode, and see, Erika, I see Kyle. Kyle is thinking this is an American Woman, and she producing the show. She getting everything set together. She called Kathy and told Kathy, sit Erika and Sutton right next to each other, and I'm gonna get it started. And that's what she's trying to do.
You have not kept Dorit out of your sight the entire season, Gabor. You feel like she's just getting off easy. Why?
Because she was the first person who the fraud stuff was showing up again.
She was. But it's not her fault that Erika's crimes are 100 times more bigger than hers. So, I mean, maybe she's doing what any sane person would do, which is keep the heat on Erika.
Right. I mean, you stay low. You just stay low. Nobody want to go and broadcast their stuff, especially when you get a perfect opportunity and let Erika crumble right in front of you.
Ooh. Listen to this, Gabor. If it wasn't for the show, Sutton wouldn't consort with trash. EJ. So in a sense, what this person is saying is, yes, Sutton is doing it for the show because she's on the show and she's expected to do her job. And she's the only one that's doing her job, if you ask me. I mean, everyone else, including Garcelle, could go harder on Erika, and they are not.
Basically, she was saying that, and outside the show, if she wasn't on the show, she wouldn't deal with the little hooker.
Make sense as Little Kim, Erika a thief, and we gonna talk about it. That's your boy. That's your boy, Gabor.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I don't. It's not that what I'm saying is Erika is right. I'm just saying every time we sit down about it, we don't got to talk about it.
But you know what though? I mean, in a way,
if you scared of me, then don't go there with me. Don't go there with me then.
Okay, I'm saying we sort of get to talk about it because nobody's
every episode. What else is going on?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Nobody's gonna bring up Dorit shit, and now Lisa Rinna can't keep talking about Scott Disk since she got pimped. You know what I'm saying? That storyline is gone. When they went to Garcelle's house, you see that dinner? Not a damn thing happened because nobody has anything going on. It's and the Erika.
Why do you still have your glam squad, Erika? I still seen the glam squad over there getting you together when you had them chops on. What did she had on? She had on boots and the shirt. Didn't look like she had on no shorts or no. You know what I'm saying?
Who? To my Erika?
Yeah.
Yes, when she went to Garcelle's house, all she had on was some thigh-high boots and a shirt.
Yeah, it's almost like they wasn't thigh-high boots. Like the boots came all the way up to her ass cheeks, and she had no panties on.
Perry, stop. Perry, stop. But Kyle says, I'm glad Sutton called it what it is. She is the only one, here you go again, I agree with you, who isn't scared of Erika. What are they scared of? She's all bark. I don't know what they're scared of, Kyle.
I want Kyle to say, because, Kyle said in the confessional that she think Erika's bark is louder than her bite, but bitch, you wouldn't dare say that at the table. You wouldn't dare tell Erika that.
Let's talk about a real important part of last night's episode. This is PK. not accepting Erika's behavior, saying that he claimed bankruptcy. He's been in the public eye before where, you're not looking so good. And she's not acting appropriately.
Right.
She's using the P word on her social media.
Yeah, that's why I got the Lil' Kim picture up. That she was quoting Lil' Kim lyrics.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I have the Lil' Kim picture up, the Queen Bee.
That's why you have Lil' Kim up there, because of Erika.
Yeah, she was quoting "Got buffoons eating my pee" while I watch cartoons. Those are Lil' Kim lyrics.
Yeah.
She's acting like Lil' Kim. And PK is right.
Well, Lil' Kim went to go sit down for a year and a day, so I don't think she want to quote them lyrics.
Yeah.
Lil' Kim went to go sit down. Lil' Kim done did some time.
Riss said, right, she did. Ross says, in the after show, Sutton claims Erika whispered a threat. I believe that. What do you think the threat was? And do you think Bravo captured it on the mic? I think the threat probably was repeating what she's saying, like something to the effect of "shut up. If you keep talking to me, I'm going after you." Something like that.
Or mine, I sort of think she whispered, "If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna whip your ass." How would I think she whispered to her? I'm gonna whip your ass.
That's what out loud. She said that out loud. When you say,
she did.
"I'll go with you all day," I'll go with you all day. That means I'll whip your ass.
But when she whispered to her, I think she was making it clear, just in case Sutton didn't understand that. "Child, I will whip your ass." That's what she said.
Ridiculous. I mean, we got to get to the bottom of what these women are scared of. What is it? And thank God that the men are stepping forward saying, no, Erika's a crook. And we got PK calling Erika a crook. PK.
Well, that don't hold no validation with me.
Mauricio.
We don't got that. PK don't hold no validation with me. Like I said, that he done been through what was going on with him and Dorit over there. They don't hold no validation with me.
But I'm saying other crooks are calling Erika a crook.
Of course.
Okay, it's got to be some truth to it. And I have, so the scene when he's talking to Dorit and he's saying her behavior is not appropriate. Especially if you're guilty, you're caught in this whirlwind that's all over the media and you are acting like a bully, spreading your legs like Lil' Kim, as Gabor would say, talking about your pee. He's right. Why is she? Listen, any PR firm in their right mind would say, you don't talk about it. You lay low. You don't get caught up in the media again. You don't get a bully and act righteous and like you're above it all. And the last thing you don't do is not talk about the victims. Why hasn't she put on a concert for the victims? And
if you listen to the lyrics that she was quoting, if you listen to the whole song and the Lil' Kim lyrics that she quoted, it's not really a humble. You know what I'm saying? It's the last,
acting arrogant. She's
the
acting
last line
arrogant.
is "I'm rich, I'ma stay that bitch." That's the last line in the song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just Erika.
EJ, this is Murado says, EJ
Erika.
to Sutton, I know how to get into Kyle's house.
She should have been on this show.
Who should have been on?
Erika shouldn't have came on this show.
She shouldn't have. It was a bad PR move. Why isn't she listening to anybody? The first thing when you get an attorney, the first thing they say is don't talk about it. Okay, that's the first thing they say. Stay low, lay low, don't cause any more trouble. She's doing the opposite. She's acting like she's innocent and all these people talking about it is getting on her damn nerve.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm not understanding.
You get to remember though, she went from nothing to something, okay? And the people around her, even whether it was true or not, oh, you're such a great singer, you're such a great performer. People lied to her so many times and bowed down to her because she had this money that she feel privileged. And it's hard for her to even look at somebody.
I hate to say this. I hate to compare Erika. Let me read this chat. Gabor, now I know. Not the Lil' Kim. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, do you guys remember, Gabor, are you too young to remember who Saddam Hussein was?
No, I know who that is. Okay,
so when they captured him, and they were asking him questions, he was still talking to the people as if he was still the ruler. Okay, he wouldn't answer some questions. He would not. Even what's his name, Gaddafi. It's like you played this role for so long till that's who you are. And that's how Erika's acting.
Right.
Like she's still rich, privileged, and respected. Girl, you're not.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with you because every time one of the other ladies speak up, first thing Erika say, sit down, bitch. Because Erika feel like you owe her every goddamn thing. That's what happens. Erika feel entitled. And then once a person go all the way up from nothing to something, it's hard to go back down to nothing. So, I mean, she might even find your ass in LA, boy, and take you out.
She ain't fucking with me. I mean,
I'm just saying. It's possible though.
Yeah.
It's possible.
She ain't gonna mess with me. I ain't. You think Tom had a broke eye and her son was falling off the cliffs and rolling off the cliffs?
Let's talk about how Kathy. You still not feeling Kathy Gabor?
No, it ain't that I ain't feeling her, Sharrell, but Perry, you gotta agree with me. Sharrell make it seem like Kathy's still in the show.
Matter of fact, now I even say this.
It ain't that she ain't.
May put this in respect. What's her butler name? Philip or
Patrick.
something?
Patrick.
Okay. For the whole season, Patrick has done more to me. Kathy ain't impressed me. She ain't made me mad or nothing like that. It's just out of sight, out of mind.
The glam squads are Erika's thugs. I've been missing some super chats. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay,
I was dropping the link. What else did I want to talk about before I start taking calls?
We gotta talk about. We seen Crystal take a bite. Crystal took a bite at Garcelle house. We seen her eat, and Lisa Rinna act like she really didn't want to eat. You know what I'm saying? She went home and threw everything up.
Oh,
that's
it is what it is. She said that she didn't want to eat it.
Erika and Sutton not talking at Garcelle's. Oh, let's talk about Garcelle's house, who's not as big as the other women. Really looked nice for this gathering. Can we give her that?
It was nice. Yeah,
you can give it to her.
It was really nice, but I kind of sympathize with Lisa Rinna. I'm gonna admit this. Please, this is all. When I eat foods that I'm not used to, I can't I don't feel like I have to eat the whole thing. I might not eat it. I mean, okay, that's me. I'm rude. I know sometimes someone was giving me Thai food and I absolutely hated it. That's hard for me to do. But Lisa Rinna forced herself to take a bite, and we know she's not biting American food either. So that was good. Don't mess with me.
Wow.
I'm just saying, you could tell.
Girl, baby, Sharrell has been in rap form lately. Sharrell been coming for these girls. Sharrell been stepping on these girls' necks, baby.
So you just glad that she gave it some effort to bite anything.
Yeah, stop.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
All right, and then I just wanted to say that Erika and Sutton didn't talk during the Garcelle's dinner, and I feel that Crystal's being two-faced. She said that's just how it is. They're not going to talk.
That's how I am in real life. That's how I am in real life. If I'm
aren't you supposed to encourage peace? Okay? Listen, you guys are messing with me. Sharrell cut that juggler. No, I didn't.
Sharrell is coming for these girls. Sharrell been coming for these girls. Baby.
Look, somebody said, "Oh, Sharrell."
Sharrell been coming for these girls, baby.
You know what, Gabor? Man, you ain't gonna agree on this Crystal thing. But dude, I am not feeling her, and you can sit there and act like
what did Crystal do to you, Perry?
What did she do? Only thing that she said was this thing. This is how I am in real life, right? If I don't mess with nobody and I go to a party and they there, I'm gonna act like they're not there. It ain't gonna be no. You know what I'm saying? That don't make that. I'm not trying to ruin your party. I'm just not gonna say nothing to them. Because if they say the wrong thing to me, I'm just gonna get the swinging and I'll ruin the party. So I'm just not gonna say nothing at all.
Well, I mean, to me though, it's out.
Did the dinner go wrong? Did the dinner go wrong?
For her dislike of Sutton, she feel like she get to overprotect the criminal.
And you seen Kyle pushing it together again. Well, we have to come to the end. You weren't saying that when Erika was there. You wasn't saying that when Erika was there. See, I don't like Kyle. And see, Kyle
nobody likes Kyle.
Kyle
thinks she the queen of the show. Kyle thinks she the queen of the show, and they gonna get her. And I feel like Erika gonna get Kyle. Kyle is the phoniest. Don't put it on Crystal. It's Kyle. Kyle is the phoniest.
Kyle is the phone.
Her and
Start
Renna.
taking calls.
Kyle and Renna.
Hi, PDG, how are you?
Hello, how y'all doing?
We got so much to talk
good.
about. Go ahead, sound off. What did you want to talk about first?
I don't like Kathy or Crystal. No.
What did Kathy Hilton do to you?
You know, I brought this up about the last party. I don't like, they're all being fake to Erika, and I don't like Erika. I like that they're setting her up, but at the table, they keep sitting instead of with her friends like Garcelle did at her party. They're putting her in between Garcelle, Erika, and Dorit across the table. The only people who are willing to call her out on her BS. Even a little. Because Rinna's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle's scared.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me stop you, PD. What are the women scared? Why are they scared of Erika? Can you figure it? Make this make sense, please.
They're not used to it. They're not used to it.
You mean ratchet behavior? They're not used to that?
If you threw Erika on a different franchise, she would not be able to talk to a lot of the girls like that. If you threw her into Potomac or Atlanta or Salt Lake City, even,
I think she could do it in Potomac, not Atlanta.
Well, yeah. But she wouldn't get away with that in these other franchises.
Yeah.
The girls are not used to this. Kyle grew up in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
People don't act like that.
Yeah. Like in Atlanta. Like, could you imagine her being in Atlanta, getting her ass whooped in the parking lot of Magic City?
Kenya wouldn't stand for it. Kenya would not stand for it.
At all. It would have never happened.
PDG, what you think about this story Erika gonna come and give us next week? I was like, not again, Erika, not again.
So he rolled off the cliff and he broke his eye and someone broke in and her son was there. If her son was there to roll down the mountain with him, then let's call him to testify. And if it turns out that he's lying, put his ass in jail for perjury.
Right.
And
let's see if Erika sings a different tune if she's willing to give up on her son to free herself.
And I don't know what's worse. Is it the story that she's telling or the way she's telling it? Tom got burglars came into the house and Tom fought him off, and my son came over and he, the way I don't know if it's the way that she said or what she's saying, but it's just all wrong. Girl, these people gonna lock you up. They gonna lock you up, girl. They gonna lock you up. Get off the show.
Gabor, what are the reasons for all these lies? Does she think people are buying this?
Listen, Erika, I want you. You got coronavirus and you're not coming to the reunion. That's it. And that's what you need to say. Because your sink is shipping, baby. You think she shouldn't go to the reunion? No, for what? For what? This is a horrible season for her. You going to jail. You can't lie. You can't lie. You don't know how to lie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, her going to that reunion would be like her walking into a courtroom in front of the jury. She might want to stay away from it. PD? Do you think she should go to the reunion?
I would like to see it. I don't think it'll happen. If she's smart, which I don't know if she is, but I wouldn't go if I was her.
Well, let me ask you this.
Especially knowing what we know now.
There was a scene where PK basically said her behavior is inappropriate for the situation that she's in. The men aren't buying it. And obviously, and I think you hit the nail on the head. The women are scared of her because they're not used to that. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen when the men come forward and say, she's a liar, we want nothing to do with her? Do you think Dorit and Kyle and all of them are strong enough to stand up against Erika?
No, not at all.
You think they're going to defy their husbands and still support Erika?
Yeah, I think on that show specifically, they're like, keep the husbands out of it. So they might talk at home, but I feel like maybe at the reunion, the husbands will say something, but most of the time they'll just mind their business.
That's a... It says a lot when PK calls you a crook. PK!
Where was PK? Oh my God. Where was PK at when Dorit was taking all time to go get dressed with every event they had and that girl was chasing her in the Bahamas? That wasn't no good look neither. Every time Dorit was showing up late, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Late because she got her glam squad getting her dressed up, and you was getting sued for $550 million.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying PK is a crook himself. When you call someone else a crook and you say they're not handling the situation right,
that's how they do you. Even when it's another DL nigga in the room, they try to put it on somebody else because they really hiding what they. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what crooks do. They put it out on the other person. So we're gonna throw Erika under the bus so we can take the heat off of us with this big old glamorous house that we live in.
Somebody said, "Where's Gabor?" They don't see Gabor is Little Kim today. I don't know why Gabor decided. Why did you decide to be Little Kim?
Since Erika was quoting the Queen Bee, I feel like I should come to it's Little Kim today, the Queen Bee.
Kathy is Kyle's just better with shade. Kathy plays stupid. Ooh, Garcelle is not from USA. Chicago, New York, Detroit. Black women would have read Erika. Everyone's saying that Garcelle is not coming through. Do you agree with that, PDG?
Yeah, I don't. I feel like she's afraid to be portrayed as an angry Black woman.
Yeah,
which I feel like she shouldn't. I understand in retrospect, she has no reason to feel afraid of that. I wish she would just go for it more. Yeah, because I feel like anyone who is angered by Erika should be entitled to that emotion because of the things that she has done.
I
It's
disagree
despicable.
From last night's episode, I disagree. Garcelle ain't Superwoman, okay? So if Sutton want to keep on pushing this girl's buttons and this girl go off, she shouldn't have to come over here and save Sutton. You know what I'm saying? Sutton tried to call her, oh, we need to stick together, and you let these people put a battery in your back and you went running crying away. You know what I'm saying? Garcelle ain't Superwoman, and that wasn't her fight.
Yeah, I agree with PBG. Garcelle needs to bring it, and she's not bringing it, and we all know why. Hi, Mel. How are you?
Hey, Perry. Hey, Sharrell. And Little Kim, you never sound so good, honey. I love it.
Before we get started, Mel, can you do your favorite?
Well, I'm going to do the to the food. Now, listen, these women done eating frog legs, livers, everything under the sun that you consider fancy food. You can't eat some Caribbean food? Come on now. I mean, you got to be kidding me. No. That was to me was a microaggression. I feel like the ladies got to that table and they started talking about the food. And even Kyle was sort of being a little shady when it came to Garcelle giving her like a little rap. You know, they were a little cold. So it just felt like they would try to make her home or her event or her evening come off as homey or less than. And I think
it was snails.
Well, but I think that the ladies on that cast have eaten worse, and maybe they've slept with worse. Who knows?
Let me ask you, have you eaten snails before?
Have I eaten snails?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I've not eaten snails.
Would you?
But I've eaten Haitian food, and it was delicious. It was wonderful.
Okay, Mel, let's get to the important stuff. What do you think about PK saying that Erika's behavior is not appropriate?
You know what? I think that when he was talking about brand, I can connect with the brand idea. I think the idea if somebody is in trouble, you can put your brand on the shelf for a moment. You don't have to sort of assassinate it, but you want to sort of put it to somewhere. I'm thinking anybody who's ever had a big old crazy moment, you have to sort of put that character to the side, which is a character for the public, and then you want to go out volunteering. You want to go out and saying you're sorry. He was giving her some real good advice. Maybe the people around her is not really telling her. And they were talking about the underwear. So if you want to come off sexy and doing the things that you want to do, maybe you're not going to do at the time when you are connected to people, being burned or scammed in some way, whatever.
So now the plot thickens. Your husband is saying, I'm not happy with the way Erika's acting. I don't like it. He's pulling away. What do you do if you're Dorit?
Well, I think if you're Dorit, and which I don't think she would do because this season she's been a little lackluster. I think that she would be a woman. She would be a woman and go up into Erika and have a conversation. I think sometimes like they do on Atlanta and Potomac when they have their family having some ideas about their friends, they will come to them and tell them, I'm having a tough situation being in friendship with you because my family's not agreeing without friendship.
Wait, you think Dorit needs to pull Erika to the side and have a special chat with her about what PK thinks about her?
I mean, if she respects her, probably, possibly.
That's going to be great television.
Possibly.
What do you say? Like, my husband thinks you're a crook and you don't act appropriate.
I think so. Say just like that. I think she should say.
You wait. Come on, Mel.
It didn't work out great last time with the panty gate.
I know. Like, Mel, you can't. You think you're just trying to get good? Do you want to be a producer or something? That's just causing more drama.
And maybe in my past life I was. No, I think that for me, I think that the ladies for me, they just a little too timid. But I just want to say one thing. I know with Kyle last night, she was the most annoying one for me. Now I heard what y'all was saying. So for me, it's Sutton. I don't care if she come from money or don't come from money. If she went up to this lady as a woman and said, "Listen, these chickens, these hens, done told you what I said. I want to tell you, woman to woman, what I feel." And Erika shut her down. And so at that point, when she did not continue to talk to her, that was out of respect. So when Cal and Lisa with the bell is pushing her to have a conversation that neither one of them wanted to have, that's when the escalation started. I think that Cal and Lisa is responsible for that situation because Sutton heard her. She heard her very clearly, and she heard it through her eyes and her tone. I don't think she was out of fear. It was out of respect. And I think that Cal and Lisa Rinna are responsible, in my opinion, for how crazy he got at that dinner.
So, Mel, what you think? Okay, so y'all gonna nothing.
No, say it. Come on.
Do y'all think that Garcelle didn't pay that heater bill? I don't like how they tried to clown my girl like that.
Well, wait, do
y'all think that she neglected the heater bill to have a dinner?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Come on now.
Hey girl, why would you get a girl's cover? The viewers can't see. The viewers can't see that they was cold. You should have let them sit in there and chill. Y'all can come over here and.
They had coats. They had the heaters going.
Yeah, they don't need no cover. I would have gave them the hose no cover. Y'all better sit in here and act like y'all warm for these cameras. You know what I'm saying?
I think they all of a sudden got cold after dinner because they was ready to get the hell out the house.
Yeah,
and they were just using it for an excuse. So she passed them a couple of.
Amelia, was it tacky to hand out blankets? Was it tacky?
No, to me, no, because she probably had the doors open. Go, boy, you ain't gonna do a girl like that. I'm sorry.
I ain't doing like that. I'm telling you what I thought. I'm telling you what I thought.
PDG, was it tacky to hand out blankets?
No, I like a good comfortable blanket.
Oh wow!
I'm not betraying Garcelle.
Tacky. Mel, was it tacky to hand out blankets?
I think it was cute. It was just great. You know what I was saying? No. It was not Beverly Hills. I would say that it wasn't Beverly Hills, but it was very homey and cute. And Garcelle is homey, and she's a beautiful lady. But she's not throwing out fur coats. She's giving them. For me, it felt like I know that woman in my mind. I know.
When was the last time you went to someone's house and they gave you a damn blanket?
Well, I mean, if you're cold, yes, people give people blankets. They're not giving you fur coats. They're giving you something to cover up on. Of course,
she giving me real subdivision vibes. But you know, Erika.
No, come on now.
You know, Erika had to leave. You know, Erika had to leave because she didn't even have on no panties. Erika didn't even have on no panties, so she had to go and get on the seat warmer.
Okay. All right, let's get to Cornelio. Subdivision vibes. I can't. Okay, Cornelio.
Erika's ass was cold when she showed up.
That's right.
It was ridiculous. That was tacky. But as Mel said, they probably weren't in Beverly Hills. They were probably in, I don't know, Baldwin Hills.
Baldwin Hills.
Sharrell, you be getting these girls together.
Baldwin Hills is nice. Don't play me.
All right.
It's not Beverly Hills.
All right.
Okay, Cornelio. Kamar keeps calling.
Sharrell is a silent assassin.
LVP. Oh my God.
I was back here saying, "Oh, Sharrell."
Kamar, oh boy, he cracks me up. He won't let me get away with nothing. I love it. All right, Cornelio, is after the husbands come out and say that they don't agree with Erika, they think she's a liar, are the women strong enough to jump ship?
No. Look at Dorit. Dorit would do any and everything to keep her behind out of the limelight. I cannot believe I agree with PK this whole episode. PK made damn sense. I was sitting here like, and I was like, oh my God, where's this coming from? Another crook? I'm sitting here agreeing with this ass. I was like, the world, look, I had a bad day and agree with PK just made it worse.
Wow.
Made it worse. So I'm just sitting here like, oh my God. So Dorit is like, well, what are we going to do about Erika? Bitch, what you going to do about yourself when your time comes? Because your time is coming. And I'm going to have my popcorn. And I said, the moment her time comes, I'm going to see here, I'm going to be cheering. And I know that's bad to say, but I'm going to hell.
Sharrell, sorry, I gotta go.
Okay.
All right,
bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a nice
Bye,
day.
Bye, Miss Queen.
Okay,
Come on,
I gotta
man.
speed this up. I'm gonna start taking questions really quickly, and I have run out of time. I was enjoying myself yet again, and I know Perry and Gabor have somewhere to go. Hi, Lisa. Do you have a comment or a statement?
Yes, the Oscar go to Erika. Oh my goodness,
You're finally not Team Erika anymore?
No, I'm not. Where is the money? Where is the money?
Look,
Yeah.
I've not been Team Erika since this whole
And baby,
started.
I was on her side. I was trying to get a benefit of that. But all them lies about him, he wrecked the car, he went down the hill, and he was in the trauma for 12 days or something. Then nobody found out what was going on. Child, I do not believe nothing she's saying no more. I'm not on her side no more. She's on that side with Portia. I told you I'm not Portia, Monique, them. She's right
I'm proud of you, Lisa.
I want to know, and baby, you right? PDG, I'm with you, baby. If she was on another, she's in Atlanta or Eva from
Okay,
Washington DC.
Really quickly, Lisa, because I gotta hurry it along.
I know. I'm kind of heavy.
I want to ask you this really quick. What was your final straw? Because you were Team Erika. What was your final straw?
The car accident. It's something about that lie. It's something about that lie.
Oh no, you should have been in the chat when Sharrell showed the lie, because there was no cliffs, there was no mountains, there was nothing behind the house but nothing but trees. So Tom had to fall out the tree or fell 2 miles up the road where the mountain was.
Yeah, wow. And I'm like this right here. Sutton shouldn't be, child, please. And I said, when she said, try me, I said, okay, let's do it outside. We're going to go outside Captain House, baby doll. And I'm going to show you how. You said, what you going to do? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, baby doll. I'm coming for you, okay? So
if she would have came for me like that, I would have said, what are you going to do? Burgle me? What are you going to do? The one good thing that you're good at, and not that even good, because you got caught.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm just really I'm really tired of them talking about it. Like I said, I have talked to other people. Who know the situation like that. I've been taking sure it's some other people's involved with that money. I've been telling you allegedly. Let me say allegedly. You know, when the whims obviously we gotta say allegedly. So allegedly,
she don't even know what that word damn mean. How can she say that she don't know what it means? She got to look it up her damn self.
Hi, Corey. Do you have a question or comment?
Erika would not have come at me like that. I'm gonna say it again. She would not have that fake ponytail or that busted blouse on.
Come on,
honey. Patrick would have had to pull me up off of her because no. And you know, Kyle and them, I think they used to ratchet behavior because Kyle is ratchet.
That's
just a little bit.
What do you think?
And I cannot
to Sutton, because I think she threatened her.
I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Say one more word, and I'm gonna take you out back, and I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I told you, Sutton is always selling wolf tickets, and then want to go. Oh my God! No, She before it's over with, she gonna get snatched up by Erika.
And that's how you want.
I do want to add this. They are saying she will be at the reunion. They supposed to be filming the reunion tomorrow. So it's been reported she will be there tomorrow.
Yes.
So we gotta wait and see.
I hope Garcelle finally forget about her Disney check.
Oh no,
she needs the money. She gonna be there.
This is what was said. She's not going after Sutton. She's not going after nobody but Kyle and Dorit.
Wow.
That's what it was said.
So like I said, it's reported in real time that she's not talking to anybody in the cast but Lisa Rinna. And I'm thinking because the husbands changed their mind on her, that the wives
Lisa Rinna got that $5 million. Lisa Rinna, where the money? You paying half them bills.
I've been telling y'all, Lisa got that damn money from Erika. Oh,
go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
I got some tea. according to Ronald Richards, EJ Global has made nothing. Nothing. So she took that money. She took that money and put into her sad career. Not only that, she reported that her losses were almost 50 million.
What? Well, they should get rid of the damn glass.
And not only that, exactly. And Ronald Richards made her a deal. If you give back like 10% of the money that he would give her like $100,000 for every 10% she gave back to the people. I think I'm reading that right. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he did make her a deal today or yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
That's
good.
I think it was for every million she pays, they'll pay 10%. So it was like 10,000 for whatever.
Yeah,
10%.
and it's both, and it expires.
I had it backwards.
And it expires next Wednesday, the deal? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go around the room really quickly. PDG, do you think she's gonna take that deal?
No. I think she's dumb. I think she thinks that she has a winning case, and I think she's going down. And
you don't think she's gonna take the deal?
No, she's too proud. She's come this far. I think she's gonna keep going.
Corey, Gabor says, thank you, Corey. At this point, Sutton ain't innocent either. Let the mouse go. I don't know. Gabor's let the mouse go. Really quickly, Mel, do you think she's gonna take that deal?
No, I think that she's gonna hold on to every bit of money that she put her hands on.
Okay, somebody's echoing. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to take a couple more callers and then I got to wrap this up. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Corey, for telling me that about Ronald Richards. I appreciate it.
No problem. Love y'all.
Love you too. Baby. All right. And let me just take a couple more and then I'm out. Hi, Shy. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Good. Hi. Zach, did you just hear what Corey said about Ronald Richards offering Erika Girardi a deal?
Yes. Did you also know that he also gets 50% if she turns in 25 million? He gets a cut of that money. He gets 12 million.
Oh.
So well, that's why she's on the hunt so badly for that money, because whatever position he has, it's been reported that he gets a percentage of the money that she turns in.
We need him back on the show. What do you guys think? We need him back on the show.
I want to ask, do you think that, so if she made a deal with him, would that then alleviate her from the people doing civil cases of individually against her? Because that won't protect her if she do a deal with Ronald, will it?
I think it would.
Well, whatever position he has, I read somewhere that that his job, he gets a cut of the money if he finds it.
Wow. I mean, okay, what do you think about these husbands coming out now saying that they think she's a liar, Erika? Do you think the wives will follow suit?
Well, I personally think it was amazing. I think PK said, well, we're all happy to say now that we don't have to say alleged, because it's not alleged what he did.
Yeah.
What he did is what he did. It's alleged if he's sick or not. And PK said that man is not sick in the head.
Come on.
He's sick in the head for what he did, but not for, he doesn't have dementia or Alzheimer's. I think we can all agree on that.
Hi, Gemini. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Hi. I'm busy. So I've had like this theory that kind of goes back to when Erika first showed up. If you guys remember, it's her first season. Her and her husband have dinner with the chief of police of LAPD.
I remember that.
And my theory, what she whispered to Erika, is like, my son is a cop and he has cop friends. And they and I call it crazy, but I honestly just think she might have whispered something like, they know where you live. They know where your daughter lives. They know, just something along the lines of she has a connection.
But you know what, Gemini, that's so interesting, because Eileen was on Watch What Happened Live last night, and even she's saying that the first season that Erika came on, she's now rewatching and re-examining everything she said, because she left a lot of breadcrumbs that season, which I think is true. Even Andy was saying that when she exploded at the table, she wasn't exploding because her son was in danger. She was exploding because they were getting closer to the truth of her marriage. So looking at the first season, as you just said, it's very haunting to see that first season, because a lot of those little breadcrumbs that she left, even with Lisa Vanderpump, is like, oh, wow. So she was just telling the audience right then that something was off at that time.
Yeah, because even now, I'm pretty sure, like, yes, Tom has probably like wronged a lot of people, but he still has friends. Erika has friends in like many high places. Like, just because remember, this is all alleged. She's just being accused. Most of these people are very rich, very snobby, and they will pretty much stick by you until you are completely found guilty.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's crazy too, because I read somewhere that they were comparing, not that they did anything similar, but in the view of the public, Harvey Weinstein's wife, she did an article and she said how she was so embarrassed by her husband's actions that she didn't feel it was appropriate for her to be on social media.
I know, it's exactly.
Yeah. Erika ain't done none of that though.
She hasn't even posted on Instagram for 3 years, but Erika thinks it's okay to, you know,
parade in lingerie, show her cooch.
What is that about, Shy? Why does Erika act entitled? What is her problem?
I think she might be drawing attention off from the situation by, you know, making it seem like it's all for the show. Like, oh, they're just hyping it up for the show. So I don't know. Maybe she's getting the career that she's always wanted, and it might be, you know.
So you're saying Erika's a nut job?
Probably. Probably.
Well, it also feels like the producers are very, like, they probably convinced Erika, you'll be fine. We're going to give you the victim. We'll give you the victim card. You're a poor wife who's been cheated on, and you don't know, like, you had no idea. And it was like, you knew what you were getting into the marriage, like 20 years apart.
But see, the victim card won't work on her because you got to go back to the past seasons. The victim is not in her nature. She would never be a victim. Now she's trying. Had she came out and been more humble at the beginning of the season, maybe. But she isn't. She's combating. So
it's her arrogance that's getting in the way.
I think
like
so,
she's playing the victim card way too late. Way too late.
Ramus, what's up? How are you? Can you sound off really quickly? What are your thoughts on last night's episode, or just anything on this mess? What do you think?
So I'm still Team Erika all the way.
Oh my God, you're Team Erika.
Erika. I think that she probably found out that something was going on towards the late end of the marriage, right? And that's when she started making different money moves herself. So people were talking about EJ Global. I pulled up all the court documents and records. I actually went through the whole bankruptcy case because we have to remember, it's a bankruptcy case. It's you know, they're in bankruptcy court. It's not a criminal case. It's not a civil case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that I think that he preyed on the weak by having them sign their settlement away to invest it.
Mm-hmm.
And so these people are not very well versed in, you know, in law and how investment work. And so he kind of just kept the money, you know, to himself. The commingling of money, paying all her debts, you know, all her credit cards, her Amex, through the firm, that shouldn't have happened, but that's something that he did. I think that based on what I pulled, I think that her new company, Purdy Mess LLC, when she started in April 17, 2018, that's when she started to realize, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of this marriage because this guy's going to bring me down, right?
Let me shift the conversation. What do you think about the husbands changing their mind and saying she's not acting appropriate?
I think they're just looking out for themselves, especially PK, right? PK owes over $3 million, right? That there's all these liens, right? So I think that when push comes to shove and that information comes up next season, I think that he's going to be in the hot seat where Erika is at, you know, now. And so for that reason, he's probably thinking, you know what, let's kind of not.
But do you agree with him? Do you think Erika's not acting humble enough?
I think that she's going about it the wrong way on social media. But then again, we have to remember that this season was filmed back, you know, a year ago almost. You know what I mean? So a lot has happened since then.
But Ramsey, can I ask, Sharrell, can I ask one question? I was going to say,
yeah,
Ramsey.
go ahead, because we're confused.
Yeah,
Ramsey.
no, that's why I wanted to jump in. Ramsey, one thing I have to say, I think that, again, the business side is not my territory, but for me, just on the show. So let's just say the whole cast, they have nothing to do with this. They didn't betray her, do anything illegal, whatever. So for me, if you have a group of friends who are just watching you have these difficulties, but have questions and concerns and curiosities, do you think just for her crucifying whoever has that feeling, do you think that maybe she can, change that way of behavior? Because that's the only real issue I have with her is that anytime people have a curiosity or concern, she crucifies them. I think as a friend, you got to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
What about that, Ramsey? He has a point.
I get what you're saying, and you do have a point, but you have to realize, again, it's finances, right? No one goes out and talks to your best friend and it's like, hey, how much money do you have in the bank, right? I think it's a private subject, finances, and it's a BK case. So the fact that all these other ladies are saying, hey, your shit is going to affect me, it's not. It's a bankruptcy case. It's not a civil case. It's not a criminal case. So I think the other ladies are just taking it out of proportion because to what Sharrell and Canelo said earlier.
But Ramsey, what about her behavior at the table? The way she threatened Sutton. What about that?
I think it's a front. I think it's a way for her to to probably showcase like I'm strong. I don't want to seem weak, for the cameras. Because
you don't think it was bullyish?
But do you think? Do you think that she could have? Do you think it would be strategic for her to maybe tell them that they hurt her or that she feels hurt, but not crucify? I think that if I get wounded from somebody or if I feel uncomfortable, I can tell you without saying I'm going after you. I'm going to take you down. But that for me is just come on, Miss Sharrell. I think that for me is just like that's going in the wrong direction. I think for me, if I was Erika friend, I'd say, listen, Erika, tell the ladies that you're making me uncomfortable, you're hurting my feelings, but don't say because you hurt my feelings, you make me uncomfortable, I'm going to take you down. You're the most bad person in the world, because they are not the criminals. So allegedly,
no one's a criminal.
They didn't commit any crimes against her. So just asking questions doesn't mean she can still have friends with them. Just say you hurt my feelings.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Ramsey?
I think I agree with you there. I think she could go a little bit nicer about it. She can be like, you know what? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk this out.
That's right.
It's bothering me, the fact that you're keep on asking me that kind of stuff. The whole watch it. I'm going to come
on
you.
Now. Wow.
I think it's really because she's being attacked from different places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but do you feel that she's attacking them, or yeah?
Yeah.
Well, she was just attacking Sutton. She
didn't
come after Dorit.
Right.
And she's antagonizing the victims. I mean, you haven't heard Erika say once, like, what my husband did was wrong. Mm-hmm. And there's factual proof of what he did. She says, oh, that man, what do you mean? He's your husband. You can admit that he did something wrong and you will be completely help the police in any way, shape, or form. She could have made that money back. She does Fenty. She could have actually been paid for her shows that she does.
That's right.
Right.
I don't want everyone beating up on Ramsey.
No,
because he has a different opinion.
No. But I was going to say one last thing too. So, Ramsey, I'm not sure if you watched Potomac. If you do, remember Karen when she was in the hot seat and they were sort of talking to her about IRS, whatever. You saw how she handled it. Now, those ladies talked about her husband in every which way it could, and she didn't go, I'm going to, So that's what I was saying. There's ways that the ladies on these housewife shows can get get embarrassed and talk about problems, like real legal problems. Yeah, I just think Erika took one. She took one road, and.
But I want Ramis to have an opportunity to say positive things about Erika, because you're an Erika supporter. What do you want us to know about this case, or what do you want to say in Erika's behalf?
Yeah.
So I went through the whole bankruptcy paperwork. It took me about 3-4 hours. It's over 400 pages long.
Wow.
I read the comments here. I read, I pay attention to your channel. I see how people are saying, "Oh, she took the money and ran away with it." There was no handover of the money. So I think a lot of people are just misconstruing what the facts are or what happened chronologically, based on what this lawyer is talking about, Richards. Yet again, the claim that he submitted, if I was a claimant and I'm trying to get my settlement money back and he was my lawyer, I would have fired his ass and I would have got somebody else. That claim.
You don't like Ronald Richards?
Have you read the claim? It looks like a freaking 4-year-old wrote the damn claim.
Oh my God.
Lawyers out there that support what he writes, because there's no facts. It's argumentative, right? So there's nothing proven there yet. So I think that this whole PR, campaign that he's got going on, it's really to help him because he's hoping that something's going to surface. But again, it's a clawback case for bankruptcy. I think she's going to be okay. I think it's going to take a long time. I heard someone talk about a deal. Listen, the only person that can make a deal, it's the court, it's the judge. It's not Ronald Richards, right? So the whole thing of, oh, I'm going to offer you a deal. No, because again, it's not a civil case. It's not a criminal case. It's a bankruptcy case. The only person
I'll get him back on the show, and you have to call in when I do, okay?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You will? All right. Listen, I'm gonna have to end it here. Thank you so much for calling in, and I appreciate you calling in and voicing your opinion, because it's not popular. Is that bad? I really appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Really quick, last 10 seconds. I think people, before they start, passing on judgment, we live in America, so we need to let the due process take its place.
Yeah.
And before
that part is true.
We also have to ensure that we read the documents, right? Court documents. We can't just go out there and say, she's in the wrong, she took 25 mil.
Yeah.
When people haven't really read what's going on, what's on the court documents. So that's just all I had to say.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your call. Take care. And when I bring Ronald on, you've got to call in, okay?
Yep.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. All right, you guys, I'm wrapping this up. Any last words, Shy?
Yes. Just want to say that Kyle, when her sister was being attacked by Lisa Rinna, they were in an argument. Kyle ran off crying.
Amen.
It's about cowardness. Your own family getting glass thrown at her, and you're running off crying. But
She
Sutton,
did.
who feels uncomfortable, is a coward. And I also think that Crystal, okay, because Sutton and Crystal don't get along, and Sutton and Erika don't. But I feel like Crystal was definitely, I want to say, bullying Sutton by, egging on how much Erika has such a disdain and dislike for her in that scene.
She really was. I mean, I wish we had more time to talk
You
about
want to
that.
be
You are
part
so
of
right.
the it club. We get it, but you don't have to. Sutton feels the vibe. You don't have to keep on egging it on.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Shy. I appreciate the call.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye. Gemini, last words?
I agree with Shy. The whole, when Crystal was like, well, if that was me, I would have said the same thing. She's such a pick-me girl. Like, we get it. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to fit in with the girls. It's okay. You got to say what you got to say. But last thoughts, I really hope that they come for Kyle on the reunion, because this whole episode, she was flip-flopping. When they do the flashback, when she's talking to Sutton at her house, she's like, oh yeah, no, I understand. And then they get to the dinner. Oh no, Sutton, you said this to me. And then when Sutton goes out crying, she goes and comforts her. She can't sue you for you calling her a liar. It's like, pick a lane. Pick a lane.
Right.
Whose side are you on? If Erika, we know her lane, at least she's sticking to it. But back and forth. And it's like, just pick one. You're either there for Sutton or you're not.
Preach. Thank you so much, Gemini. I appreciate
Gemini,
the
that was
call.
great.
Awesome.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Mel, what are your last words?
Well, you know what? For me, it's just going to be, Sharrell, I'm just going to just point this right to you. This has been wonderful. I mean, I won't go into detail, but this has been so wonderful to be able to come up on your show and, and to vent and talk and everything. I actually DM'd you on Instagram just to introduce myself properly, whatever. So, so you can look out for that somewhere. But it's just been great, and I will be calling back.
Do it. You got to do it, Mel.
Oh yes, okay. Come on now.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mel. I
Rell.
appreciate the call.
Bless
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye. I love that.
I know,
all right,
right?
guys. Of course, as usual, I'm sorry backstage. I'm out of time. This was another spirited conversation. That's what we do over here, don't we?
I love it. I love it.
And talk. And can you believe that brave soul Ramus called in?
Oh my God.
I know.
This is the thing. I still like Erika. I can't support her. I'm not going to support her. Until these people. No, I'm going to tell you why later, because I know you're about to wrap up, but I'll tell you the whole story later. But I'm just saying, if she just acknowledged the victim and said, okay, I would help.
She's doing just what PK's saying. Her behavior's terrible. Perry, did you have any last words?
The only thing I can say, the only way I would like Erika if I was her pimp. That'd be it. And with the Raymond's thing, he go with this stuff. And I mean, you can have things, but it's multiple cases. It is a civil case. I think bankruptcy is civil. Yeah. But if it's not, so we can't come on and just say it's not civil and all this stuff like that. And like you said, until you proven guilty, you innocent.
Which is true.
I get
but
that
Erika
part,
still got. Go ahead, Perry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Up just to that point, I still can have an opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Why would he think she's innocent if she ain't proven innocent yet? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he can give it a benefit of the doubt.
All right. Everyone thinks she's guilty except for Ramus. Even Lisa changed her mind. It's crazy. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for another good video. Thank you, Gabor. I know you were very busy today, so thanks for coming on at all. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, Cornelio. Thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And on 3, guys, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.